former Speaker Newt Gingrich and Representative Marsha Blackburn of the great state of Tennessee. And I want to talk to you all because this is a week that you really saw Republicans start to say, who are we and what did we do wrong the last time out? Haley Barbour says we should have won the presidential election, and you had different people had different things to say, and I thought one of the more interesting was Bobby Jindal, the governor of Louisiana. Boy, he laid it out on the line. So let's just listen to what Mr. Jindal had to say.
We've got to stop being the stupid party. It's no secret we had a number of Republicans that damaged the brand this year with offensive and bizarre comments. I'm here to say we've had enough of that.
So there you go. Newt Gingrich, you ran and tried to get the nomination to run for president. Bobby Jindal's got a point, though, doesn't he?
You know, it's ironic. In 1976, Irving Kristol wrote an essay for the Wall Street Journal entitled The Stupid Party, which I commend to every Republican. And he also wrote one called The Future of the Republican Party. Ronald Reagan came along with Jack Kemp, and they basically moved us back towards being an idea-oriented party. I think we clearly have to change. I don't agree. I mean, maybe we could have won or not won this year. I was certainly wrong. I thought we would win up until about 5:30 election day when we began seeing exit polls. But when I wrote a paper recently, which is at gingrichproductions.com, which outlines 23 different areas Republicans ought to look at. When you lose Latinos by 71%, you lose Asian Americans by 74%, you lose people under 30, you lose single women. I mean, you go down the list, we have not won a majority, except for 2004 with an incumbent. We have not won a majority since 1988.
You know, I mean, nobody in any party can be responsible for what anyone is going to say, but there were some Republicans that really, for one thing, turned young women off with their comments on right to choose and all of that. Ms. Blackburn, what?
Well, you're exactly right. There were. And I think that one of the things that we as a party have to do, and I think Bobby was right on track. The governor really laid it out. Reince Priebus laid it out. What we need to do is get rid of grand old party. We are the great opportunity party. We're the growth and opportunity party. We are the government of the people party. And that needs to be the point of view and the perspective that we come from and that we carry our message forth. You were just talking about women in the military, women in the workplace. What they want to know is that they are going to be treated equally under the law and that they're going to have great opportunities. And we are the party that stands for freedom, free people, free markets, faith, family, freedom, hope, and opportunity for each and every person in this country. And that is a great message. And that is what our focus ought to be.
Newt Gingrich, I'm going to call back a statement from the past because well, I'll be interested to what you have to say about this. But back there a while ago, they were talking about women in the military, and you said there might be some problems with it. You were talking to a group of college students, and here's what you said.
If combat means living in a ditch, females have biological problems staying in a ditch for 30 days because they get infections.
Have you evolved on that as some politicians say? I don't know that evolved.
First of all, I think we've all learned a lot more. And the first thing I said when somebody talked about allowing women in combat is, women have been in combat for at least the last 20 years because if you're serving in the American military and you're in Iraq or you're in Afghanistan, you're in combat. Women in the State Department are in combat. Women in the intelligence service are in combat. Look at Benghazi. So I think part of it is, and you do have to make different arrangements under different circumstances, but I do think the fact is that anyone who is going to serve the country is going to be at risk, and it is a lot better to have them combat trained when they're at risk than it is to have them be helpless.
So well, you would now favor...
I think we've had 20 years of experience. We have 20 years of experience, and objectively, they are in combat already. This is simply recognizing a reality that exists.
Well, what we have is women who have performed admirably in combat. And what Panetta is trying to do is to get rid of some of these artificial barriers and say go away with those. Because when you look at how the units deploy now and the technology, you have many IT specialists that are female, medics that are female, and they are already deploying with these units. Fort Campbell, which is there in my district, the 160th special operations forces. You have women that are performing necessary skills. I think you're going to see more qualified women. I'm looking forward to seeing women break these barriers, serve as mentors, and bring younger women through the ranks in this process.
What do you think, what do you say, what is the one thing that, what's the worst thing or the thing that the Republicans did wrong last time out, Ms. Blackburn?
I think that the thing that we did not do well was to penetrate the marketplace with our message. We didn't have a broad enough basis using social media, using all the different media formats that are there. People, the network of you is how people get their message now, their media. They are pulling together different sources via the internet, electronic media, TV, print, and we need to utilize each and every one of those and realize that at the grassroots, there's an army of people out there that are ready to be the happy warriors in this fight and get the job done because they're committed to freedom. What
would you say?
I'd say Republicans had better listen very carefully to Marco Rubio. When I said as a candidate, we're not going to deport grandmother if she's been here 25 years, and we have a nominee who said yes we would, that she would self-deport, I think at that point we lost Asians, we lost Latinos. You can't lose Asians, Latinos, African Americans, and young people and think you're going to be competitive. So I think we have to come to grips with reality. I agree exactly with Marsha. We have to learn to communicate in the world of young people on their terms, but we also have to understand that we need to be a country of immigrants where Republicans are seen as welcoming, hardworking, competent people, not prepared to kick grandmother out.
All right. Well, thank you all both for being here.